So we are going to make a really complicated array. Not really, but I just learned this a few minutes ago. So we are going to make a string array, but it's going to be multi-dimensional, but only 2 dimensions. So we need one comma here. This is going to be called music database, and this is going to be equal to a new string with no single comma. And then we put our curly brackets. Boom. No errors, which is good. So we are making a string, a data type. We're naming it music database. So this is a bitmap data type, and then our name. Do I need this? Let me check, because that would be really confusing for you guys. No, I don't. So we don't need to declare this again. So it'd be kind of like this one, but we just have a comma because it will be 2 dimensions. Dimensions are like arrays inside of arrays. They are really cool. So imagine like a checkerboard. So let's say a column is, actually we're making coordinates right now. So we're making a table. It's so hard to explain. So let me type out the information first. So we're making an array inside of an array. So our first song is going to be by Smash Mouth, which we already decided. The name of the song is called All Star. Then we are going to display the name of the album, and then we are going to display who made the song, aka the artist. I can't do this. And the year it was published, so 1999. Okay. So this is an array, and then this will be an array inside of an array. So we have one array, comma, another array. Let's make another song. Let's do Eye of the Tiger. And then this is from the album Eye of the Tiger. I believe this is by Survivor. Yes, it is. And this is 1982. Let's go ahead and add our image for it. That means we have to go back to our resources, add a file, completely forget where you saved this file, find it, make sure you hit save, go back to your code, then type in the name of your program, resource, properties, it's one of these, resources, whatever you named it. You can see why I'm going to do this for later. So basically, we have, let me do some really cool stuff. So we have a name, music database, right? So this is going to be our table. So at the first row, so row 0, we have All Star. We have Astro Lounge. Oh, this button. We have the name Smash Mouth. And we have the year. That one. So this is going to be array num. This is going to be the song. This is going to be the album. This is going to be the artist. And this is going to be the release date. So, music database. 0. The array 0. The index 0 has these values. We made a second index, which is the next one, so it's 1. We had the song Eye of the Tiger that I put capitalized I. We have the album Eye of the Tiger. Nope. We have Survivor. Close enough. And we have the year. So this is a table. So you have row 0 with these values, and row 1 with these values. So imagine a multidimensional array as a table. So music database 0 is this. Music database 1 is this. Let me fix this. I thought this was gonna be easy, but this is actually going to get pretty complicated. And I'm at 21 minutes, so this is gonna be too hard. I completely lost train of thought. Okay, so what we need to do in our form main is to load up all of our headers for our different multidimensional arrays. So like this and this first one will be loaded into our list box. So we need to make a for loop inside our form main method. Now this method always runs when it starts. So for loop is a loop that runs infinitively unless it runs until the parameters are met. So we're making a new variable I equals 0, and if I is less than the music database divided by 4 plus i's, then it will run code. This is supposed to be .length, I think. Yes. Okay. So we declare a new variable I. If I is less than length, which is how many variables are inside here. So right now there's 8. But we only need the first ones of everyone, so we're dividing it by 4. Because there's 4 in each array dimension. So we're doing it by 4, and every time this runs, it adds 1 to it, so we can loop through our arrays. So all we have to do, what did I name it? Did I just leave it named list box? Did I name it LBT? What did I name my list? LTB. That makes more sense. So for our songs list, we're going to add items from our music database array. So basically, this method, I believe, still learning, this method adds an item to our list box. So we are going to add an item for each song title. So that's why we have this for loop. So it's going to display the so let me go back down here. So it's running. It's going to go to 0 first. So 0 of our array. So it's going to go to this line of code. Well, it's going to go to this line of code, and it's going to give us the first value. So all star. That's why there's 0. And then it's going to run again, but I is going to equal 1 because it adds. So it goes to music database 1, which is now this one, and then the 0 index, which is the song title of this. So it just keeps doing that for how many you add up to this. So right now, if we run it, nothing will happen. Nothing will show. Sorry about that. The easiest thing to do is finish it. We're pretty much almost done. We just have to put our values inside a text box. So we already have the index selected, which one we want, which is, if we click the first one, it'll be index of 0. And the index of 0 is going to refer to this, which is easy. So all we have to do is just set the text property of those labels to equal the corresponding spot in the array. So our first one is label name, song name. We're accessing the text property, and that's going to equal a music database with the selected index selected, and the first property of it, because we're getting the song name. Next one, we are getting the album. We are changing the text property. That's going to be music database, the second row. So row 1. This starts at row 0, by the way, and then this is row 1. So that's why everything starts off at 0. So just remember that and you'll be fine. Next, we're going to change the label of artist. Now the artist is so 1, 2, 3. It's the third one, so it's the second index. And then next is the release date. What did I mean? I actually spelled release right. That's a change. So this is going to be set to the index of 3. Now, finally, we can finish the picture array. Now, all that we need to do is change the picture album, what image it has. So we're accessing the image property of it, and that's going to set equal to our album art index selected. You don't need a comma after this because we're referring to this array. So you're already getting the number. This works. So if you run it, we should be completely done. Crap. I should probably remove all this not code. That's probably why it doesn't work. Now we can run it. Okay, so we have our song names from our multidimensional array. So All Star and Eye of the Tiger. So if we click on one, all the information fills in. Now, every time you click on one, it runs this code. But all this information is saved at the beginning of the program. So, such as All Star, we are pulling the information from the index of 0 of our array, and then we're pulling the album name out of index 1, 2, 3, and then we have another array 0, 1, 2, 3, like so, and then we have an art array, the album art, that corresponds with the first array. So this is index 0 of this array, this is index 1 of this array, so those correspond with that, and that's how we get that code. We use this for loop because it works. This for loop adds actually these items to this list box. I'm explaining this really bad. I'm so sorry. But the items are adding with the name of the first index of the index. This is really confusing. I'm sorry. So, yeah, that adds it. We divided it by 4 because there's 4 of these. So, index 0 will be 0 divided by 4, which is 0. This one is going to be index of 4. Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 4, so it'll be 1, so index of 1. If you want to add more information, so like maybe another one, you have to change this by 5 or it won't show up properly. And yeah, that's basically how we got this program to run. You can just keep adding stuff to this database. All you have to do is just add a comma and it'll start filling out your information again. That's my favorite song right there. So that's basically it. Thank you for watching this really long tutorial that I didn't think it was going to take that long. The only thing I can tell you to do now is just comment your code, say easy peasy, give me something harder, and then just don't forget that you made it. Always take credit in your work, even something this complicated. Not really. So thank you guys for watching again. I really appreciate you watching my horrible videos. I know how to code, but I don't know why I tackled arrays for my second series. Just good luck. If I try to explain it, hopefully you didn't skip through the explanation. So, good luck out there. And I guess peace is my call code in card thing. So, peace.
Finn.